Hello, everyone. I got 5 dirty jokes for you today. Authorities are sounding the alarm about a new scam that is being cleverly executed in various shopping mall and supermarket parking lots around the country. The targeted victims of this scam are almost exclusively male, and the scheme begins once they have finished their shopping and loaded their bags into their cars. At this point, they are approached by a group of 2 or 3 teenage girls who appear distressed and beg for assistance. The story these girls present is usually quite convincing, designed to pull at your heartstrings. They often claim that one of them is desperately trying to escape an abusive older boyfriend, or that they were recently at a party where their mobile phones were stolen, and they desperately need a ride. These girls can be incredibly persuasive, often resorting to tears and pleading to be taken to the safety of the nearest police station or simply anywhere away from their supposed predicament. Once they've convinced you to allow them into your car, one of them will begin making flirtatious advances towards you, pretending to be grateful and wanting to reciprocate your kindness with special favors. They may offer themselves to you, or they may simply start making out in your car. The moment they've successfully distracted you with their enticing activities, another girl will seize the opportunity to steal your wallet, cell phone, and any other valuables within her reach. This warning is not just a vague rumor. Numerous incidents have been reported in various regions across the country. This includes my local mall, where this happened to me last month, twice last week, and again tomorrow. Samuel and Sarah had been in a loving relationship for more than a year, and had thus decided that the next logical step was to get married. Their affection for each other was undeniable, and everything seemed to be aligning perfectly for a future filled with love and happiness. However, there was one significant hurdle that was causing Samuel some distress: Sarah's younger sister, Samantha. Samantha was just 20 years old, and she had a penchant for wearing snug mini skirts and low-cut tops. She would frequently bend down when she was in Samuel's vicinity, allowing him a comprehensive view of her undergarments. Samuel couldn't help but suspect that her actions were calculated. She never behaved in such a manner when she was around anyone else. One fateful day, Samantha called Samuel, asking him to come over to their house to review the wedding invitations. When Samuel arrived, he found that Samantha was the only one at home. In a hushed voice, she confessed to Samuel that she had developed intense feelings and desires for him. She claimed that she had been unable to suppress these feelings, and in fact, didn't really want to. She revealed that she yearned to be intimate with him, just once, before he got married to her sister and committed his life to Sarah. Samuel was taken aback, shocked into complete silence. He couldn't utter a single word in response. With an enticing smile, Samantha told Samuel, "I'll be waiting for you in my bedroom upstairs. If you decide to reciprocate my feelings, come up and find me." Samuel stood there, bewildered and shocked. He could only watch in disbelief as Samantha provocatively ascended the stairs. When she reached the top, she provocatively removed her panties and tossed them down the stairs at him. After a moment of stunned silence, Samuel regained his composure. He turned around, strode towards the front door, and opened it. He stepped outside and made a beeline for his car, parked just outside the house. Just then, Samuel's father-in-law was standing outside. With teary eyes, he embraced Samuel and said, "We are overjoyed that you have successfully passed our little familial test. We couldn't possibly hope for a better man for our dear Sarah. Welcome to the family." The moral of this story is, always keep your condoms in your car. Bill raises his pint of beer high in the air and loudly proclaims, "Here's to a future filled with nights of passionate love with my wife." The atmosphere in the bar ignites with applause, whistles, and cheers, and the bartender, impressed with his declaration, awards him with a decorative ribbon proudly announcing, "Greatest toast of the month." When Bill eventually arrives home, he excitedly shows off his prized ribbon to his wife, Karen. She looks at it with a curious smile and asks, "And what was the exact wording of your award-winning toast, dear?" Bill thinks for a moment, and wanting to avoid giving away too much detail, he replies, "Here's to spending the rest of my life faithfully attending church services with my lovely wife." The following day, when Bill is at his workplace, Karen is strolling down the main street of town when she bumps into Frank, one of Bill's close friends from the bar. "Your husband sure gave an amazing toast last night at the pub," exclaims Frank. "I know," replies Karen, "and he even told me about it. It kind of surprised me, though, because nearly every time he goes down there he ends up falling asleep. A couple of weeks ago, I had to pull him by the ear to get him to come." Susan went to see a lawyer because she was considering divorcing her husband. "Have you stopped loving him?" asked the lawyer, intrigued. "No, I actually still love him," Susan replied, "but he's always desiring to make love, and I'm absolutely exhausted. I simply can't bear it any longer." Instead of proceeding with the divorce, the lawyer offered a creative solution. What if you started charging him a fee every time you wanted to make love? It could act as a deterrent. The weary wife thought about it and decided to give the unconventional plan a shot. As soon as she walked through the door of their home that evening, her husband, Robert, began to make his usual amorous advances. "Hold on a minute," she interjected. "From now on, it's going to be a sliding scale. $10 for encounters in the kitchen, $20 for the living room, and a steep $50 for activities in the bedroom." Intrigued, Robert replied, "All right then," as he handed over $50. Susan started walking towards the bedroom, expecting him to follow. However, he quickly grabbed her hand and said, "Wait a minute, that'll be 5 times in the kitchen." A blonde woman named Lisa had been happily married for a little over a year. Then one sunny day she came running towards her husband Tim with an infectious energy, jumping up and down with uncontainable joy. Caught in her contagious enthusiasm and without fully understanding the reason, Tim started jumping up and down along with his bubbly wife. "Why are we jumping with such happiness?" he asked, laughing along with her infectious giddiness. She responded, "Sweetheart, I have some really fantastic news that I just can't wait to share with you." "Wow, that sounds exciting," he replied. "Tell me why you're so thrilled." After a moment of catching her breath from all the lively jumping, she finally exclaimed, "I'm pregnant," she managed to say between gasps of air. The news hit Tim like a bolt of lightning, filling him with pure joy. They had been trying for this for a while. He instantly swept her off her feet, kissed her passionately, and started sharing with her how absolutely wonderful the news was, and how he couldn't possibly be happier. Then Lisa said, "Wait, my love, there's even more to it." "What do you mean more?" Tim inquired, curious about what could possibly top the news they were already celebrating. "Well, we aren't having just one baby, we're going to be parents to twins." Completely amazed at how she could possibly know that so soon after getting pregnant, Tim asked her how she came to know about this. "It was rather simple," she said with a gleeful smile on her face. "I went to the local pharmacy and bought a home pregnancy test kit that contained 2 tests, and both tests came out positive."